And good morning, my friends. How you doing? Bob K6UDA here in the Southern Idaho Command with nothing to talk about. But I figured I'd come out here and I'd hang out with you guys for the lunch hour anyway. And we'll run through here really quickly. Andy Cowley first in the chat. Thank you, Andy. Followed by my son that never was, Garrett Stevens. How you doing, Garrett? And Sean Trudgeon second. He is actually third in the chat. Let's see. Clarence Swope in the house. Ricky GM0VUY in the house. Glad to have you. Hang on. I'm losing it here. Ricky, glad to have you in there. All the way over GM, you're from somewhere in the UK. I'm gonna guess. Let's see. Simon Templar from VK Land. Man, I love this because we get all of this good DX coming in on the internet. Let's see. We'll switch over to camera number 2 here and jump in. Let's see. Richard Powell is in the house. Another guy from across the pond, as you guys like to call it. I like to call it across the Atlantic in another country, but that's very cool. Glad to have you guys in. Looks like Mother Nature. Clarence Swope says it looks like Mother Nature is about to enlighten us with a bit of moisture. And Clarence, if you're here local to me, I guess that's the plan today. Is Mother Nature's going to open up the floodgates, and we're going to get some rain. Anyway, let me jump over here. I'll enable mic number 1 for camera number 1 here, and talk to you guys over here. Welcome to the K6UDA lunch and ham radio. I just actually got done eating lunch. I kind of figured if I don't actually eat my lunch before lunch here, it's cold or it's warm, and that's not the way it's intended to be, and it doesn't taste as good, and then I don't eat it. So anyway, back to camera number 2 here. Back to camera 2. We'll kill that one. Oh man, to me, and you guys let me know when I kill mic number 1 and I come back here to camera 2. Does this sound like music? Just beautifully, beautifully done here. Love it. Let's see. Steve Plotner says, happy lunchtime, Bob, and asks, am I glad to be out of California? Steve, you don't know how glad I am to be out of California. Every time I read the newspaper or read the news on the internet, every time I hear from friends and family out there, it is just like one shit show after another. Every time I think they can't get any crazier out in California, they do. It's like they're psychotic. I don't get me wrong. I love my people from out there, but man, that government is absolutely psychotic. They couldn't be doing a better job if they were trying to crash this country into the ground, if they were trying to turn California into the utopian wasteland that it looks like it's on the road to. Let's see, EAW or EA1DWI Happy Christmas to all of you guys. And happy Christmas to you. I don't know. We say Merry Christmas out here in the United States. I don't know what you guys say. Maybe Happy Christmas. That's wonderful. Sean Trudgeon says Michigan Upper Peninsula. Oh my Lord. 6 to 8 inches of snow today. Wow. I would love to get a little bit of snow. I'd love to get 6 to 8 inches of snow. I don't know if I want it all in one day. I don't know if I want it all in 1 week. It's nice to have a couple inches, then let it settle down. Let's see. Mike Sage are on HF. Yep. Currently, I've got 7155 dialed up on the 7300. I have over here on the 705. 30 Charlie is fired up on the 705. I've got the AF down on both of them so it doesn't mix in with all this. I have on the FTM 400 up in the corner. The Wires X node is up, and we'll put that screen up there so you guys can see where all the goodness is. Feel free. You got a question, you want to be on the show, ask a question, make a comment, tell me what I'm doing right, tell me what I'm doing wrong. You know what? Call in line open right now. You can call in, or you can actually click the link in the description box below this video, and you can get on that guest eCam live that's up on your screen right now. Excuse me. Man, I should have got something to drink while I was out there. Let's see. Oh, Clarence. Clarence is here in Twin Falls County. Good to see you, Clarence, my neighbor. Let's see. Ola Bob from Arizona, KA7 TXS. Nice call. I like that. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Simon Templar is commenting, saying the audio switching is fantastic. My levels are spot on. Well, if my levels are spot on, let's go. Let's turn on mic number 1. We'll go back over here to camera 1, and I can talk to you from camera 1. I could turn my head and talk to you from camera number 2, or I could go behind me here and go to camera 3. And if you're really lucky, we could look down at the phone that currently has no callers on it. But anyway, I'm just trying to make this this setup here as cool as I absolutely can. You guys tell me, what should I add? What should I subtract? What do we do? Where do we go from here? And let me come back over to mic 2, the Rode mic here. I think they call that the pod mic. Let's see. This side of the pond in Spain. Oh, look at that. EA1DWI in Spain. That is very, very cool. Thank you. Thank you for checking in from Spain there. Bill Millar from Northern Ireland. Wow. How cool, guys. This is like, I feel like I should be logging this stuff. That is freaking awesome. Let's see. K4. Oh, man, it moved. K4MJV from Virginia. How you doing? First four call of the day. Thank you. Let's see. From Phoenix, Arizona, Derek Trounce from Phoenix. KL4KF. And by the way, American stations, okay, hang on. From American stations come back to me saying, hello, EA1 driving while intoxicated. Well, I wasn't going to go there, but yeah, we tend to make up some of our own phonetics. It just kind of sounds cool. Sticks out in a pileup, and you've got to admit that. As much as some of you guys don't like changing phonetics when you're doing DX or you're working pileups, a lot of the time changing that phonetic a little bit gets you noticed. So does a female voice. Let's see. Garrett asks, is it snowing? Is it snowing there in Twin Falls? It's snowing in Eagle right now. Well, I've got the blinds drawn, Garrett, so I don't know if it's snowing here, but at least one of the guys here on the stream is here in Twin, and he could probably tell you. Simon says, I need a map with pins. You know what? Maybe we'll do that, and I'll jot all these down, and we'll do a DX map up on the big screen there with pins of our contacts on Lunch and Ham Radio. Very cool idea. That is kind of cool. North Egypt. From BFE in North Carolina. That Bubba Warbucks. And how come my mouse isn't working right? Did I get the DX Commander up yet? I have the DX Commander, John. I have the DX Commander. It's in the shop. Haven't started working on it yet. I don't know. I'm lazy. I have no excuses. The DX Commander is here. It is in the shop. I was going to try to, maybe assemble the pole inside the shop, and I got to wait until I make a little room with all the Christmas boxes that are stacked up all over the place right now. And then I was going to put it on a couple of sawhorses, assemble the pole, and start getting the all the lines cut and everything. Do that in the shop so I'm not out in the freezing cold to do that. So that was my plan. I will, when I do it, I will video it. I'll make, I guess it's not filming. I get corrected every time I say it's filming. I get corrected every time I say I'm taping or whatever. It's videoing. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? Let's see. The Rode mic sounds super smooth from Landreth Farm. Snowing hard in eastern Washington. Well, I guess it's snowing here at Garrett's place, about 120 miles from here, 120 miles west. Let's see. Caught me live from KK6 CUG in Grass Valley. The Fire Guy. Very cool. Thanks for tuning in there. Thanks for spending your lunch hour with little old me. Anyway, what do we have on the books for today? I have nothing. Absolutely nothing. Doing family drama this week, so I've been dealing with all the kids and family drama stuff. So I really haven't had time to do any research. Let's see. You guys want to talk about? I want to know what you guys want to talk about, and that's why I put all these cool little things up here to ask you guys to contribute. Jump on into the show, be part of it, help a brother out. Let's see. K4MJV Says he put his DX Commander Classic up this past weekend. Works really well. Take your time tuning it and you will be rewarded. That's kind of my my thing. I want to do it right. I want it to be absolutely spot on the money. I don't want to have to use a tuner if I don't have to. As a matter of fact, K4MJV, since you just put up your DX Commander, why don't you call in 208-352-3819 and let's talk about your first week or your first weekend with the DX Commander and your first impressions. So that would be kind of bitching if we could do that. Let's see. In the meantime, Nicholas says, just got his general, and can I get you as my first contact? Yeah. I don't know if you want to work HF, if you want to work VHF, but I would love to pop your cherry, so to speak, man. That's awesome. I love that. Let's see. What's my take on the 6100? The Zaiju company or the Chinese manufacturers that are putting this stuff out. They're putting out. They put out. I think the G90. They've got the 5100, and we do have a caller, and we'll get back to that in just a second here. And let's see, caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Bob, this is Mike, K4MJV.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, so you're brand new to the DX Commander, and you just got yours up. I assume you took your time.
I did. I installed it on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Took my time cutting the wires. I cut them a little long to begin with, and I assembled the antenna, put it up in the air, checked the SWR on all the bands. It took me 3 or 4 tries. I had to take the mass back down, shorten the wires with just a little bit at a time, put it back up until I dialed it in. And I bought the 80 meter version, so I do have the inverted L for 80 meters coming off the top of the antenna. And I can, actually that's not true. I didn't finish 10. 10 is still a little too long.
Okay.
So I do have to finish. I take it down one more time and just cut the wire for 10. But I am resonant on every band 80 through 6 with this antenna.
Wow.
A little higher than I want to be. Yeah, I'm a little higher than I wanted to be on 80.
Mm-hmm.
I'm resonant up at around the 3900 mark. So if I get down towards the CW portion of the band, I do have to kick in my tuner for that. But that's an easy fix. But I have to replace that wire because it's a little too short at this point.
Oh, okay. But okay.
Now
when you say you cut the wires long to begin with, and you started working your way down, how long did you cut them? Did you cut them a foot long, 6 inches long, or?
I took Callum's instructions, and he does everything in metric. But I cut them about 6 inches longer than he suggested.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember in his manual, I think even his directions are cutting them a little long by his numbers and working it back. But I just don't trust myself. And, I measured 4 times and cut once, and I cut them way too long so that I could have plenty of room to work with.
Hey, it's much easier to shorten it than lengthen it.
Absolutely, like I'm running into with the 80 meter leg right now. Yeah, it was about 6 inches longer than he recommended, and then I worked it down from there. But I think it's a very lightweight antenna, so you lift it up yourself, check the SWR, bring it right back down all by yourself. And I think I probably did it 5 or 6 times
Mm-hmm.
before I got all the bands where I wanted them.
Very
But,
cool.
yeah,
So now putting it up.
Callum,
Now putting it up. This is one of my big sticking points. Is Callum uses all the guy wires. So are you've got to put it up, guy it, hopefully have everything tuned, and then you're checking it, and you're checking it with a meter, or you're checking it on a radio.
I used the SWR analyzer. I used the small portable one.
Okay.
So it made that a little bit quicker. It's only the classic is only the 10-meter pole, so it's not like his. But he's got that new one, that big. I can't remember the name of what he called it. He calls it the Nebula, or I think he pronounces it Nebula because of his daughter or something. But
oh yeah,
that thing's ginormous. I wouldn't even touch that one. But yeah, the 10 DX Commander Classic only has the 3 guys at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And the pole is plenty strong enough, so you don't need to guy it any further up the pole than at the very bottom section.
Oh,
and
really?
I just used carabine. Yeah, and I just used carabiners.
Mm-hmm.
So when I need to lower it back down, I would just unclick the carabiner on one of them and then lay it down on the ground.
Yeah. Very, very cool. That's awesome. Good idea, and I'll try to find my carabiners and do something like that. That is cool. That's kind of been my main sticking point. Is I wanted to do all the initial cuts and everything in the shop, lay it on a couple of sawhorses in the shop, cut everything up, get everything ready to go, then bring it out, stick it up in the air, and make sure that everything's good or have to recut. And I was like, oh man, I got to guy this thing 1,000,000 times now. Guy it, unguy it.
It's really not that difficult. Yeah.
Okay.
I did the same thing. I did the initial assembly in the shop,
Mm-hmm.
and then brought it outside. But I'll tell you, here in Virginia, we're having some crazy. It's 74 degrees outside. I'm sitting on my patio. This is just unheard of for this time of year. So putting the antenna up over the weekend, I was out here in shorts and a t-shirt working in the backyard.
Wow.
And it was just beautiful. Yeah,
well, it's been 60 degrees out here, 55, 60 degrees, and unseasonably warm out here and unseasonably dry. I was kind of hoping we'd have a little snow by now.
I know you just moved out of California too. Where did you go? I don't recall.
I am in southern Idaho.
Okay.
I'm speaking to you from the bunker at the Southern Idaho Command. Deep within the bunker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just one last word on that on the DX Commander. One of the things I did on Sunday was I got Whisper fired up.
Mm-hmm.
I tested several different bands on Whisper using as low as 5 watts, and I was amazed. It was really performing well. I have the numbers. I don't have them in front of me, but I was hitting stations all over Europe, all over as far south as Antarctica on 40 meters and 20 meters using anywhere from 5 to 10 watts using this antenna. So it's quite it's a great performing DX antenna, no question.
That is so cool. Very, very cool. Yeah.
You'll enjoy it.
Okay. Hey, thanks. You're getting me all fired up for it, and I want to thank you. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for inviting me to call, and it does most importantly enjoy the build. It's a lot of fun.
I will. Thanks. All right. 7-3.
Bob. Hey, take care, and thanks for having me on the show.
All right. 7-3. Thanks.
7.
Okay. Well, one good word for the DX Commander there. Testimonial. Isn't that cool? Let's see. Let's get back to a couple of these. I know somebody had said something about the 705. I want to try to find it. Something. Man, a lot of comments. Thank you guys for keeping the chat alive and keeping all this going. Mic sounds super smooth. Somebody wanted to know. Oh, you know what? Let's get back. My take on the 6100. The display looks fantastic from what I've seen. I haven't played with the radio, and so I never want to say that a radio isn't any good or it's fantastic until I get my hands on it. If I get my hands on it, right now it doesn't look like I'm gonna get my hands on one. So what I can say is it looks great, and if the radio performs as good as the 5105, I think people that buy it are going to be happy campers. The 5105 has always been a solid performer. I've taken it up a couple of mountains. I've taken it to different places and I've used it. Now, is it as good, in my opinion, as a KX3 or the 705? Absolutely not. It's a radio in a different league from the 705 and the KX3. Those are top-notch performing radios. And it's not a real fair comparison to compare a $500 or $600 radio with $1,000 to $1,500 radio. It just isn't. But if it performs as well as the 5105, I would say, yeah, if you don't want to spend $1,000 or more on a top end portable radio, then it's probably a good radio. And I haven't really mentioned the Yaesu 817 or the 818. And that's because I've only used an 817 once, and personally, my own personal opinion, I wasn't all that impressed. I was kind of like, okay, yeah, it's a little shack within a box, but within that same space, Yaesu also made the 857. And we got, this one looks like a scammer. Let's put a scammer on here. These are always fun. Hello, caller, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Daniel from Amazon Customer Service.
Oh,
my employee
Amazon.
ID 7534, and I am calling you about Amazon Prime account.
Oh,
I
yes.
wanted to inform you that your Amazon Prime account has been compromised.
Oh, it
You have an
has.
order for iPhone
That's
11
horrible.
$649 for which card attached to.
Okay. You know what? It would have been fun had it been an actual thief on the phone. That would have been fun, and you and I would have played with them. That would have been beautiful. Let's see. Richard Powell asks, here it is. Tell us about the 705 and working portable. I've seen your video with the motorbike. Have you settled on your ideal operating setup? Richard, my ideal operating setup is kind of whatever's going to work for me. Whatever's going to work at the time. If I'm out on the motorcycle, I know there's a finite amount of equipment that I can bring. So I'm obviously not bringing big things. I'm not going to bring like the MFJ Big Ear with me on the bike. I'm going to keep it as light as I can. And I got my little bag is in the back there, and I'm all mic'd up, so I can't get up and go take that over and show you. But I've done several videos where I've had some of the antennas that I travel with and travel light with. One of them is the little, I think, who was it by? I don't know if it was. No, it wasn't Step IR. One of the companies. I got the trail friendly 10, 20, and 40 meter. It's a little end fed, and it is light. It is small. It fits nicely in the palm of my hand, and it works. Is it a compromise antenna? Yeah, everything is a compromise. Even if you go to a full size antenna, you're compromising space and portability at that point. So you kind of have to decide, how portable do you need it to be? If you're climbing up the side of a mountain, gonna do SOTA. If you decide you're literally gonna climb up the side of a mountain, ounces count. If you're driving to the last 100 feet of a SOTA activation, not so much, unless that last 100 feet is like straight up the side of a cliff, and you can't go back up and down a few times to bring your equipment in and pack it out. At that point, you can bring things like magnetic loops, bigger antennas, things that will get you a better result. Now, not saying that like the little trail friendly isn't going to get you great results. I've had very good results with that, with minimalistic ways to deploy it. Like having one tree or a branch or the side of a building be the only point that I could, really deploy that antenna, or taking a random wire and tying it to the end of a rock and throwing it over the edge of a mountain. I've done that too, and had very limited success with that. But anyway, I like to pack that one light. I like to pack the 705 light when I can. I don't mind. I take that with me in the motorhome. And when I'm in the motorhome, I hook it up with, with my good end-fed antenna, and that's a home-built 64-to-1 transformer with 64 feet of wire, and I run it up in an inverted L configuration, run it back to the motorhome, and I plug that in to the Elecraft 100 watt amp, and I run off the Elecraft amp. And in the motorhome, to me, that is an ideal situation. And I think I'll take you guys through, maybe this week I'll do that video and pretty much take you through what it is I use to hook up the Elecraft amp to the 705 and make that whole thing work. It's very, very easy, very quick to deploy in and of itself, doesn't make a big mess. That was the one thing that I always was not a big fan of with the Elecraft, with the KX3 and the PX3 and the amp, was the maze of wires that had to sit on my little desk in the motorhome. It was amazing how much wiring I had to do to get all that stuff to talk to each other. So, those are my ideal setups. Are either I'm going as light as I possibly can for taking it on the motorcycle, or I'm not worried about portability or extreme portability, and I'm doing it more along the lines of RV portable. So, hey, Richard, thanks for the question. Let's see. Nicholas Hopkins, he's doing school right now. Can't hop on HF right now. Can you email me? And absolutely, you can email me. That doesn't have the email on it. This one does. You can email me K6UDA radio. Holy crap. Up, camera one died on me. K6UDA radio at gmail.com. Go ahead and email me whenever you get a chance. Samuel Tonseth says hello from Washington, DEKI7DGE. Coffee, donuts, and guns. Awesome. I love it. Coffee, donuts, and guns. QRZ website. Let's see. W4PPX Don is in Hollywood, Florida, and he's on an FT5. Very, very cool. Yeah, I've got the FT5 here. My daily driver right now. And let's see, I'll have to call that's my daughter. I'll have to call her back. Let's see. Heard you say you have access to System Fusion. How about just DMR? From John Schwam. I do have a couple of DMR radios. I don't have any of my hotspots set up for DMR at this exact second. I have the YouTubers group, or the YouTubers Fusion, Wires X Fusion room, and corresponding FCS reflector. Excuse me. So you can get a hold of me over there on Wires X. It's up and running right now. If I can hear it through the headphones, sometimes that gets a little bit hairy. I'm trying to figure out a way to port that radio over to the Rodecaster to get it all of that to play. I think I know how. I just have to unplug. Now, turn you back to camera number 1. And yep, there's a speaker here, external speaker that I have. And I've just got to unplug the external speaker, plug it into the Rodecaster, and we would be able to play with Wires X right here on coffee or lunch and ham radio. Wow, I have CRS. It's an old timer thing. It means can't remember shit. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Proven fact that soil plays a big part in how an antenna performs. That's because that's your ground. Yeah, it does. And fortunately or unfortunately, we don't get to pick the soil we're in. It seems to be a little better on grounding here than it was in where I lived in California. It was all decomposed granite. Very, very hard to get into. There was, maybe 2 feet of topsoil, and then you hit granite. And so very hard to drive grounding spikes into, very hard to get a good ground. Out here seems to be a whole lot easier. The ground is softer. It's soil several feet down. I love that. And I can't wait to get that DX Commander up in the air now. I'm really looking forward to this build. I will definitely take you guys on the journey with me. Let's see. My neighbor here. Kelly Class just got a call from a local number telling me my Apple device account has been compromised. Of course. Kelly, you're right in there. My Amazon account has been compromised, and they just charged my account $600 and some odd. But I don't have time for that. Let's see. Bob, if you're in Idaho, in the direct path of my 40-meter slower. Hi. Very cool. Let's see. Coming to the end of comments for the moment here. 54 people on the stream. 21 thumbs up. Can we actually bump those thumbs up? I'll give you a behind the scenes look here of K6UDA radio. Here we are. Oh yeah. Hey, the old license plate, and there's a new one. Actually, the Jeep now has, let's see. Let us see if we can't get this going here. Oh, come on. Give me a second. Get rid of a few things. Wow, it's amazing how much crap you get going on these phones. And okay, well anyway, we'll go back over here, and as you can see, hey, and you can't see it. Crap. I got to see if I could find that picture. But anyway, new ham plates on the Jeep now. The Jeep is officially ham radioized with the K6UDA logo on there, Idaho style. Very proud of that. It only took me about 8 months, because when I first moved here and got the cars registered, I put in for the ham radio plates, and DMV came back and they said, "Oh, well, your ham radio license expires before your registration would be up, so we can't give you the ham radio plates." And I went, "Oh, crap." So anyway, I patiently waited, and then about a month or so, well, a little bit more. Yeah, it was October. I was within my, I think, 60 or 90 days before my license was set to expire. I went on the FCC website and I filmed this for you, and then accidentally deleted it. I don't know how or why, or lost it. I went on the FCC website and went through my very first renewal of my ham license. And I wanted to take you guys along for the ride too, but I'm a dumbass and I lost the footage. So you didn't get to see that. But anyway, I immediately, after the FCC granted my license, promptly printed it out, sent the application back into DMV, and they processed it. And lo and behold, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I got my K6UDA Idaho license plates. So that's my big story for today. Excuse me. When packed up, I guess if you guys are supposed to be on YouTubers, FCS 348, not hearing it. Let me just key up here. And K6UDA on YouTubers. Hopefully it's working. Don't know. We will see. Digital Arduino. Derek Trounce has a question. Have I used digital HTs over Arden networks? No, I have not. Haven't actually seen an Arden network. I don't really know what it is. You guys got to remember, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm just an average guy, just like the rest of us here. I'm not not an engineer. I'm not not a super smart ham radio guy that knows everything about it. I know a little bit about a lot of subjects, and I'm still learning. 10 years in, still learning all the time. You guys are the ones that are teaching me. Let's see. K4. MJV says my car warranty has expired and they were trying to get a hold of me. Yeah, I need to renew that with them immediately. Let's see. Keep my base. Okay, Richard says, to keep my base stable in the DX Commander, I might want to sink a pole in the ground, open up the bottom of the pole, and slip it over the sunken pole. M0MSN. Mike has videos with the installation. Yeah, that was kind of where I was going with it. I was going to sink a hunk of rebar into the ground and, have about 2 or 3 feet sticking out. And then I was thinking, stick like a small 1/2-inch PVC pipe over the top of that, and then stick the DX Commander around that. So the DX Commander isn't resting on a piece of rebar, on a small piece of rebar, and maybe damage it that way. So we will see, but that was kind of what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do the tie-offs, the stakes. Just didn't want to do that because it's a pain in the ass to mow around that. And I'm thinking, maybe I can bury the all the grounds, all the counterpoises, and if I stick those, just underground, scrape the dirt and stick them over there and let the grass grow over them. I think that might work out really, really well. I'll be able to run the mower over it, not screw anything up, and have it be, I want it as a permanent installation. Let's see. I think you're smart and want you on my 6 for SHFT or SHTF. Yes. Hey, thank you. Thank you, man. CRS today, guys. CRS. Let's see. In fact, no state in the nation requires your dog to have a carry permit. Just saying. Okay. Wow, you guys are getting as off the wall here today as I am. Very, very cool. Chris is in the house. The digital analog ham in the house. Chris, how you doing, my brother? Let's see. Hey, Bob, fun fact. No stay. Okay, we already got that one. Thank you for got to get back to work. Okay. Yeah. Hey, it's 12:50 here, going on noon out west, and you know what? 2:00 in the eastern part of the country. Will I get the ID 52? Yeah. I've got one on order, so I'm going to get the ID 52. I've had an ID 51 for umpteen million years. I've had one. I think that was one of it was the IC92 was my first digital radio. And then I got the first generation ID 51, and the third, I think I've got the third generation, or it's the anniversary edition of the ID 51. And I have been of the mind that the ID 51 was a fantastic radio when it first came out. Cutting edge, did all the cool stuff, nice wide bandwidth, when you were scanning. You could scan a lot of cool stuff. But it was getting a little long in the tooth. And I had, you know what? I think color screens are not going away. I think color is very important, at least in my world. Helps me find out or see things a little better. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what new features the ID52 has over the 51. I don't like to directly compare, well, I do. I will make a head-to-head with the FT5 and the ID52 because hell, that's just what I do, guys. Is I compare all this stuff, but I'm realistic about it. One's a Fusion radio, one's a D-Star radio, and you can't say, oh, well, Fusion's better than D-Star, or D-Star's better than Fusion, because I've heard them all. I've heard DMR, D-Star, and Fusion all side by side, back and forth, back to back. And once you start running through hotspots and everything, they all sound pretty close. Now, the fidelity on a different radio, like the D74, may be the deciding factor, and you say, oh, I really like the audio coming out of the D74. Well, that's Kenwood. Kenwood is an audio company. They make home stereos, car stereos, and so whatever they make is going to have good, solid fidelity. ICOM and Yaesu are radio companies, and so they're going to, for the most part, they're working on their radio sets. So to me, looking forward to seeing what it is. I'll get it when I get it. I'm not rushing things. It's on order, so it'll be here whenever they get here. Headed back out. John Schwam is headed back to work. And let's see. Color screens from Vic Miller. Color screens help me to see the stuff on the screen, so I'm with you. Have the 51. Really like it, but it's time for an upgrade. Yeah. I haven't really used the ID51 for some time. It's been sitting. I'm not going to get rid of it anytime soon that I can see. The 52 right now, holy crap, man. Hang on to your belt because that's an expensive radio at the moment. But again, I do this for you guys. And then maybe I'll sell something and make up part of the money and pay myself back. Kind of like I did with the FT5. I sold my FT3 because I really didn't see the need to have both of them. Excuse me. Well, we are coming up on the top of the hour here, and let's see, a couple of things that we are working on. I just got these Retivus. These are GMRS radios, so working on these. I'll be doing a review on some more GMRS stuff, on some more commercial stuff. I've got a new radio to stick in the side by side. That's this one here, Rugged Radios. This one is courtesy of my friend Lance, KB7SQS, who kindly donated the Rugged Radios for the cause. So first up on that one, I've got to get my programming cable and get that thing programmed up using RT Systems, and And that'll be an interesting radio to review. It's not one of their newer ones, but then again, I obviously don't have a relationship with Rugged, so I'm not spending thousands of dollars to do something that isn't ham radio, number one. And number two, I don't even know how much use I'll get out of a radio like that in the side-by-side. What I really do want to get is the intercom system for that side-by-side, because I do have a bunch of friends that have those intercoms in their buggies now, and that'll be bitching to be able to talk to those guys using headsets. Let's see. Uber Geek asks, do I have any Hamfest plans for 2022? Kind of depends. I wanted to go. Going to Dayton or Xenia is still on my bucket list. I would really like to go. It depends upon, number one, are the airlines gonna, mandate vaccines and this and that? I don't know. And if they do, I guess I ain't flying. Is it, I don't know. I don't even want to speculate right now on what I have planned for 2022, because right now I don't have anything that's firmly planned out. So we'll see. Let's see. Has the GMRS fee went down yet? I believe right now all of the fee schedules have not gone into effect for either ham radio, GMRS, or anything else. So I can only imagine that GMRS licenses are still $70 right now. I think in next year the new ones are supposed to kick in, and it'll be $35 for GMRS, $35 for ham radio, which you guys know how I feel about that. It's not the money, it's the fact that you're going to lose a lot of people who aren't invested in the hobby. I'll pay $35. I'd pay $50. I'd pay $50 a year because I'm invested in ham radio. But a guy who, let's say he got his ham radio license 10 years ago and now it's expiring, but he got out because, you know what? He had family to deal with. He had all of life and things, and he didn't really get into it all that much, or he's gotten out of it. And now the government says, hey, pay us $35 to keep your license. And he'll say, you know what? I could think of better things to do with my $35 right now, because he's not invested in the hobby. And that's what I'm saying. There will be some new people that will say $35, no big deal. There will be a lot of other people that will say $35, I'll go do something else. That's what I'm afraid of, and that's what I'm afraid is going to be an issue in ham radio in the coming years. And I ain't Nostradamus, so I can't say for certain that it's going to hurt the hobby. All I could say is, in my opinion, there's a high likelihood that it will adversely affect the hobby. All right, 55 people on the stream, 45 thumbs up. I guess no thumbs down because YouTube doesn't do the thumbs down. So those of you that like to thumbs down my video, I'm sorry. You could still thumbs down it and it'll show me on the back end, but it won't show you. And that's a lefty thing, believe it or not. It is. verified. Let's see, upgraded. Bill says that he upgraded his FT1 to the FT5 this week. Worth doing, especially with Yaesu having an $80 coupon, easing the cost a bit. Yeah. Hey, the FT5, when I bought it was what, $500. It's $399 right now. So if you've been waiting for the prices to drop, they dropped. Go get one. And thank you for the new thumbs up. 52 thumbs up in the house here. They just announced glass in the jab. They just announced glass in the jab causing blood clots. Yeah, well, hey, I'm not anti anything. I'm pro. I want to make my own decisions. And I want everybody else to be able to make their own decision. I don't want the government telling me what I can and cannot do. Let's see. Well, chilled a bottle of Crown on tap. Wow. That would be awesome. Because my bottle of Crown Vanilla is not chilled right now. Let's see. GMRS from CC GMRS is a great fast deal to get the family up and running under the situation. Yeah, it is. It seems like a cool deal. Here's the problem I've got with these right now. I've got my Anytone here programmed up for all the GMRS frequencies that are out there. And I turn this thing on, so this must have, I can see the VFO, or I could see the VFO lighting up on this or on my FT5, but I get no audio, which tells me that they, from the factory, have programmed in privacy tones. So this radio and this radio talk to each other, but how does that help me if I want to talk to somebody who didn't get the radios the way I got the radios? So anyway, I'm working on that one right now. And as soon as I can figure out how to reprogram these radios, get the privacy codes off of them, open them up, do whatever I need to do, or reprogram them completely, I will do that. I will make a video on how that works and give you a review of these new Retevis radios. They are 10-watt radios, by the way. So that's cool. So, they should get out, or at least get out a little bit better, maybe, than a 5-watt radio. But anyway, let's see. Tread Ripper. The hidden dislikes are to protect Brandon and his ilk from being obvious that we don't approve. Yeah, well, that's exactly what it was. There was some CNN stories or whatever, and stuff from Brandon and Brandon Company that would get like 500 likes and 50,000 dislikes. And I guess that's bad. I don't know. Let's see. 13:05 on the clock, so we've passed the top of the hour. But man, you guys, do I have another HF vertical at home to compare the DX Commander with? I do have another HF vertical, or I can build it. The Chameleon, one of my Chameleons that I use, that I take with me when I don't need to be completely broken down into a tiny small space, or I take it in a backpack. That one that's a really good one. I've used that on the road many times the chameleon, and I like that antenna. Let's see, Garrett, Bob, did I know? I don't. Dyslexic kids every year die because they roll, stop, and drop rather than. Damn it, Brandon. Damn it. I should always read Garrett's posts before I make them public with you guys. Well, you guys could watch them anyway. Anyway, guys, we're at the 1 o'clock hour, so I think it is time to number one, turn on camera one, move over here, turn on the other microphone, and say thank you guys for joining me for the show about nothing today. Holy crap. I can't believe we did an hour and there was absolutely no subject. So it was kind of cool, kind of refreshing. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for Lunch and Ham Radio. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for participating in the chat. I have had a great time. I hope you had a great time. Still trying to line up some guests in the ham radio business world. If you know somebody who would like to be on the show, give them an email. Give me an email. Let me know who they are. Any products that you guys really enjoy using or you're excited to learn more about. I would love to bring those guys to you. Anyway, again, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, share the video. That's probably more important than anything else because YouTube is not doing me any favors. They're not promoting it. They're not putting it in front of other hams. So I need you to do that for me. Post these videos in your social media groups if you've got any. Share them with your friends, your clubs, whatever. If you're watching this after the fact, please leave a comment and I will catch you guys on the next video. I'm Bob, K6UDA.